Welcome, Jann Arden. Hiya!
Hi, Lauren. I just want to warn everybody that my dog will be barking during this process because it's squirrel TV. I live in the country.
Yeah.
There's going to be barking.
I don't think we're gonna mind because as long as you show us, where is Mitty?
Mitty is yonder.
She's hanging.
Mitty?
Oh, look at that, where she gets to hang.
I don't know where my dog is.
She's,
I will shut this door. We will keep looking.
oh, there she is. Hi, baby.
There you go. Okay. And bye-bye. Okay.
I see you're wearing a vegan sweater.
Yes, the Alice Sanctuary gave this to me.
I love Alice Sanctuary. I went there last spring.
Yeah, I'm big fans of everything that they do, and I try and support them as much as possible. The irony is I've never been there.
Oh.
I just I admire them from afar, and but yeah, she sent me this great hoodie, and I thought, what a great place to wear my new hoodie.
This is the most perfect place to wear.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for being on Takeover. This is so exciting. And it's very nice to see you. We've never actually met in real life, only on the internet. And I mean, I'm so, I guess, thankful and grateful that you've come on board this whole vegan train, and you've been so active and vocal about sharing your journey and also your love for animals. So thanks for doing that.
No, I was late to the party, and you know, like most people that switch to plant-based diet, certainly later in life, there's lots of regrets, and I feel like I don't know what I was thinking, and I wasn't thinking. I always say that to people, you know, I wasn't engaged. I grew up in the prairies, and my mom was, you know, meat and potatoes 5-6 days a week, and it just was I guess cultural and not really, just not thinking about it. And my friend Sherry Vanstone, if she's out listening, she was such a huge inspiration to me. She was, you know, vegan way back. She is my makeup artist, and we've worked together for probably 15-16 years, and she was always so gracious. She never, you know, pushed it on me, or she just the way she ate. And I started thinking, like every time I went to do something, I just started thinking about it. So she was very gracious and passive and very supportive of me.
Yeah. And so when did you actually start eating vegan? Because I don't actually know.
I've eaten red meat in 15 years.
Oh, okay.
So I had a partner for 10 years that didn't eat red meat at all. So I just stopped.
Yeah.
I remember once in a blue moon, I would go and have like a steak or something, and it just never sat right with me. So that went away. And so I was down to, like a lot of people that go plant-based, I was doing chicken once in a while. You know, the last holdout is always chicken. And I was doing fish and a bit of dairy. Like, I was one of those people love cheese and all that, but I found so many friggin' amazing vegan cheese that, so that's kind of, and my journey was, I've been vegan for over 2 years now. So I'm about 2.5 years.
Amazing. Mm-hmm. And I know that you've tried the Beyond Meat products. What other cheese products do you like? Because don't you love vegan cheese now? Like, I'm obsessed with vegan cheese.
They've come a long way. I remember, you know, just even over the years, the last 5-6 years, people kind of, you know, oh, it's vegan, you know, and you're just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And now, really in the last 3-4 years, companies, I mean, Cultured is so great. There's, what do I have in my fridge right now?
Yeah, well, bring us with you. Now, do you hope you didn't clean this thing out too much for us?
Well, no, I just sort of put things in sort of a place that was, you know, possibly. But I do.
I love that.
And it shreds really well. Had made pizzas with this on last night, and my friend Lisa was just like, that's the best pizza I've ever had. And I said to her, it's vegan, because I used Beyond Meat sausage, this cheese.
Yeah.
I've just got a little chunk of the other one left. And I really love, I love their stuff as well.
Yeah, that's great.
I know everything's backwards, but there's a place here. I don't know if it's a chain. It's called Heart's Choices, and they make this friggin' bacon, soy bacon. It is. I'm just like addicted
Look at
to
that.
this stuff.
That looks similar. I think that might come from Asia because there's this company they called like Maywa, and they supply a lot of grocery stores with products like that.
Well, let me just see. I buy quite a bit of stuff from them. Look at this, guys. These are.
Oh, those shrimp. Yeah, that's totally the China company. They sell those all over. Yeah.
Well, you know, when you want something fun, like just whipping together a stir fry or something, I use that. But
those shrimp are actually insanely realistic, right?
like a lot of these things just to have on hand. It's, you know, meatballs and this is a good company too. Tofurkey makes a lot of stuff. I've got the Beyond Meat in there.
Yeah.
I've got some.
You're well stocked. So
frozen beet soup. These Morningstar black bean burgers are amazing.
You've got good stuff in there. Okay, what are we gonna make? Okay, I want to understand, like, what do you normally make for yourself? What are you into?
Well, I mean, I like obviously having vegetables all the time. I do stir fries. I mean, I make everything that anybody else has.
Yeah.
What anyone else eats, I make vegan versions of it.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I want a turkey dinner and I'll get some turkey cutlets and I'll make stuffing, and I do exactly the same stuffing I used to make from my dad's grandmother's recipe, which is butter, onions, sage, and breadcrumbs. I just use vegan butter.
Yeah. Easy sub.
People are always like so perplexed, and I'm like, there's nothing you cannot make the vegan version of. And they have so many clever proteins now, and all these companies, the Beyond Meat, that, you know, I swear to God, I have fed so many people those sausages and those burgers. And when I tell them, I'm like, you're eating pea protein right now. They cannot get their heads around it. So, I mean, this is some of the veg I have, like some peas and beans, corn, celery, broccoli, a couple kinds of tomatoes, grapes. I've got a baked potato. I always have like a baked potato in my fridge at the ready. If I'm I can't think, I heat it up and eat it with beans on it. Like this, you've taught me a lot about nutritional yeast, and you've taught me a lot about cashews and having like curry things, hemp hearts. I got flax back there. Oat milk. I always have pickles. I am into doing whatever you think. I am.
Okay, so what do you feel like? Is there something you kind of are craving?
I would eat anything. I love all the ideas that you have. So if there's something in here that catches your eye that you think that I could piece together, I would actually like to try and make some kind of a cream sauce with cashews. I haven't done that a lot.
You haven't done that a lot. Okay. So we can do some kind of cream sauce for sure. And what would you want to eat that on? We could put it on vegetables, pasta, rice. What do you got? What do you got in the pantry?
I've got
I'm just thinking.
some nice, what's this?
Signal's a little bad, so I can't see.
Got that. I've got just some regular pasta. I've got some whole wheat macaroni.
What if we made like, oh, I know what we can make. What if we make like smoky white sauce mac and cheese with your smoked cheese, and we're going to blend it with cashews?
Okay. You don't have to tell me twice.
And maybe we can put broccoli and peas. I mean, my favorite thing
I love
ever
that
is
idea of broccoli and peas in a mac and cheese. I love that.
Okay. Let's do it. Okay, so I'll let you choose what noodles you want. Here she goes.
Go with the Healthy Harvest whole wheat.
Yeah. And those are macaroni noodles?
These are macaroni noodles.
Okay. So you'll need to start getting some water boiling, and then get out your blender. You got a good blender, Jan?
I've got a Vitamix.
Nice.
Let me just get some water.
Yeah.
This is my computer stand that I've rigged up with my...
Perfect. We get a nice view. This is what I've basically been living on, a version of this.
Should I get some peas and broccoli? Like, what do you want me to do with that?
Yeah, let's pull those out. What you'll do is you'll just basically add them to the boiling water in like the last minute or two of cooking.
Ah, the boiling water that you do in the mac and cheese in.
Yeah. So it's all gonna just go in one pot, and then we'll just make the sauce in the blender, and then we'll pour it on top.
Look how beautiful those look.
Those look really nice. So you'll have to decide, like, this is a good one to make extra of, because then you can have it just in the fridge and you can reheat it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wash it.
Okay, yeah. Sometimes there's little buggies in those florets. Little bugaboos.
I'm just washing everything that comes in. This says pre-wash.
You would wash it anyway? So I have an Alfredo sauce in the cookbook that's cashew based, but I've also learned that when you blend the block of cheese in there, not only does it add flavor, but it actually gets it really creamy. So let's do that. So pull out that smoked data that you had. And cashews and nutritional yeast.
Cashews, nutritional yeast.
Yeah. Do you have any lemon juice?
I sure do.
Garlic. Nice. Garlic, lemon. What else? I mean, that's pretty much where we'll start. Oh, we'll need your milk, your almond milk, or whatever milk you want.
It's oat milk. Is that okay?
Oh, yeah, that works. Any kind will do. Wonderful. Now, oh yes, the only other thing with the raw cashews is sometimes I do soak them in hot water.
Yes. That's sort of the quick. You can do that pretty quick, just getting the water. Sometimes I bring them to a rolling boil. I think I learned that from you or Erin Ireland.
Yeah. Do you have a kettle? Because you can just boil some water separate.
Yes.
And we can just pour it over top in the bowl. We should probably do maybe like half a cup of cashews.
Okay.
Because we're also going to be adding cheese. We don't need too many cashews. So you put half a cup of cashews in a bowl and then pour some boiled water over top when the kettle's done.
Okay.
And then we'll just start throwing some stuff in here.
Yep. This is going to be delicious.
I think so. This is even a good one you could always put if you wanted, and we don't have to do that today, but you could always put like, the sausage in there too, like cut up or whatever you wanted. Even like vegan chicken would be good in it too if you wanted.
I've got all of that.
It's up to you if you want to add more or not, though.
So you said half a cup, Lauren?
About half a cup, yeah. I think people are on board with our idea too. So have you been cooking every day, I guess, yeah?
Been cooking what, sorry?
Every day?
Yeah, I mean, I live about 35, 40 minutes west of Calgary. So I've been to the grocery store like 3 times. There's a tiny little grocery store in a town close to me called Bragg Creek. And it's really chill. There was a few days where they got, pretty much the shelves got torn apart. But now they're fully stocked. I think everyone's kind of caught up. Everybody realizes that the food chain is intact and they're getting the stuff they need. I mean, people are finding flour here now. They're finding yeast here now. They're kind of out of that. I'm sure it was panic.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think everything's sort of intact. But I've gone 3 times. Other than that, I'm in a house. I have 14 acres here. I'm backed up on a river. I just don't need to go anywhere. And I usually do a lot of production here. Actually, I can chuck the macaroni in.
Oh, it's already boiling?
Yeah, it's boiling.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's boiling.
That was fast. So yeah, chuck the macaroni in, and then do you put salt in there?
I do now.
Put a nice amount of salt in there, yeah. Okay, let's not forget about that in about, 10 minutes or so, probably?
Alexa, set timer for 9 minutes. 9 minutes.
high tech. People in the comments will also remind us. Okay, so then when the kettle's boiling.
Kettle's on.
Okay, so let's put. Okay, so how much? Do you already have some of that open, that cheese?
It's not the smoked one. The one that's I've got open is a Monterey Jack.
Let's do smoked. Okay, so I feel like you should use like half the brick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, at least cut it into cubes so it blends easy. And then we'll do. And your garlic's already peeled, yeah?
Yep.
I would do like 3 cloves.
Oh.
Yeah. You can do 2 if you want. If they're big, you can do 2. If they're small, do 3.
They're freaking big.
Okay, then maybe only 1 or 2.
I mean, look at this.
Oh, that's pretty big. Okay.
Size of my. It's as big as my head.
Want to start with 1?
I think we'll start with that. This could probably be like 3 cloves.
Because then you could taste it and decide.
Easy now. Easy now.
Is it boiling over? Put that wooden spoon on the top and then it stops it. It's like weird magic. Do you ever do that?
A spoon?
Yeah, if you put the wooden spoon like on the top of the pot, it like stops it from boiling over.
We're learning a lot of things. Okay, I'm going to cut this into little cubes.
Yeah.
I'm going to eat like half of it.
I think about half.
Well, let's just go for it.
I don't think it can hurt to put in more.
No. Just want people to see what I'm doing.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you're
Garlic.
on the laptop. Garlic, cheese cubes, and then,
How do you want me to cut this garlic?
oh, just cut it in half so that it blends.
Because it's going into the blender with the cashews, yeah? Oh.
Yeah. And I think we should also add, like there's nothing that you avoid, right? You just eat it. It's vegan, you eat it. Yeah, okay. Great. That's what I like to hear.
The only thing, even when I was eating like animal proteins, the only thing I really didn't like was anchovy. But everything else, yeah. I mean, I never in my life ever, I've never touched veal. I have to say I ate lamb like 100 years ago, and that's what I was saying. There's just so much regret, but you have to let it go.
You do, yeah.
And move forward. And, you know, that's what you just, when you know better, you do better. Isn't that Oprah, right?
Yeah. And you're making up for it because you're being vocal about it too, I feel like.
Well, I am to a point, certainly with animal welfare. I don't mind rolling my sleeves up and getting in there at all. And, you know, I'm one of those people, if you follow me, fine. If you don't want to follow me because of that, that's fine too. I try and find a balance between humor, between the work that I do with my music. And, you know, I try and find balance. But I'm also in a position where I do have a platform. And if there's anything that I owe animals in my life, it's the support. And to just, even if people, I always say, if you can do 1 plant-based or 2 plant-based meals a week, you are changing the geography of what the world looks like. And people don't think they can make a change. They feel like, well, what can I do? I'm one person. It doesn't make any difference. It makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah, and I think we're seeing in light of what's going on how we are all connected, right? Like one person doing one thing affects everybody. So it's like that works in every aspect of life.
So water on the cashews?
Yeah, just cover them and we'll get those soaked. That's good. I don't even really soak for 20 minutes. I soak for like 10 minutes. I feel like they get soft enough.
Okay.
Okay, so let's put in a little bit of, what's your spice life like? Do you have onion powder? Nice. You've got everything we could ever want.
Garlic powder.
Onion powder?
I think I have onion powder. That's probably one thing I don't freaking have right now. Let me just see.
Well, that's okay.
Oh, yes, I do. Oh, I have onion salt. That's not really what we need, is it?
No, but we could put onion salt because we don't need to add extra salt then. Maybe
onion salt.
Maybe a pinch. Do you have a little bit of nutmeg?
I must. I have Chinese 5-spice.
No, that won't work.
I have ground ginger, sage. I've got to have nutmeg.
Nutmeg is really good in these kind of cream sauces. I like just a pinch of it. If you don't have it, it's not going to make it.
No, I mean, yes, I've got it. And we have to just grate it a little bit.
Oh, you have fresh, even nicer. I like just a little bit of it. It adds something to this type of sauce that I like.
I have one of these MFers.
Yeah, a microplane. Great. Yeah, it's good for ginger and garlic.
We'll put this into the sauce when we get going, right?
No, you're going to put it in now, but just it's very pungent as it's fresh. So just like
where do you want me to put it into?
Like in the blender. Just a couple of grates.
Should I put what do you do with once the cashews have soaked? Do you just put them in?
You're going to drain them from the water.
We're going to drain them and then put them in the blender.
Yep.
And then I'm going to put this in the blender as well. Just a couple.
Just a couple grates. Yeah, not the whole nut.
Do you want starting a pan to get the cheese going, or we need that?
No, the cheese in? Everything's going in the blender, Jan. We're going to blend this thing.
Oh, this
is going to be easy, although I'm making you take out a lot of stuff. We're just going to blend it all. And then all you're going to do is thicken it and then add the pasta, and it's going to be done.
That's nuts.
Cheese, garlic. A couple grates of nutmeg.
I'm going to try not to take off my thumb.
Yeah.
I think that should do it.
Sounds about right. And then how about just a quarter teaspoon of that onion salt?
Okay. Just making sure I don't have onion powder.
Okay.
Now you've inspired me to get some damn onion powder.
It's a nice one to have.
So a quarter teaspoon.
Yeah. Are you going to eyeball? Yeah. You want to be careful it's not too salty. What else? We're going to put lemon juice, and we're going to put nutritional yeast. So nutritional yeast I'm just adding for fun. You almost don't need it, but you have it and we like it. So how about 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast?
Let's measure it.
Okay.
A fancy tablespoon.
Love it. That looks like it has some kind of design on it.
This is looks like a royal theme.
Interesting.
Looks like a little royalty.
Oh, how dainty.
2 tablespoons. Yeah. Got the lemon juice here.
I'm inclined to say about all the juice from that, which will be about 1 tablespoon, 1.5 tablespoons.
Okay. I want everyone to know that my hands are very, very friggin' washed.
Are they getting dry and
Oh, you can't know the trouble that these hands are going through. I'm just catching the seeds as I do.
You're a pro.
My mother gave me the greatest little juicing machine. I won't drag it out right now, but it's just awesome.
It's for actual juice, if you want.
Yeah, it's in a little electric thing. It's got to be from the late 60s. It still works like hot damn. And when you push the lemon on top of it, the little motor is tiny. Okay, my dog is...
She's back in action?
She wants back up on the couch. She's too small to jump up.
Oh, you can't get up. I've seen pictures. Does her tongue always stick out, or just?
Yeah, she's got no teeth.
Oh, she's so cute.
Yeah, she's pretty amazing little dog. Okay.
We're also gonna put some ground pepper in the sauce, or black pepper, either ground pepper or just ground black. Yeah.
I love.
Me too. And then...
Look out there. Are you enjoying this?
Yeah, they are.
I'm going to put a fair amount of pepper in there.
Yeah, you know what you like, but I always put more on top at the end too.
Just because I love it.
Okay, so how do the cashews look? Do they look like they might be a bit squish?
They look good.
Yeah, so let's drain from that water and then don't add that water in the blender, just the cashews. Someone said if they could quarantine with anyone, it would be you, Jan.
Oh, you would know. Okay.
Wonderful. Those can all go in. And then let's do about a cup of 3/4 of a cup of the milk that you have, oat milk.
Done and done.
Might be a cup, but I don't want it to get too liquidy.
Let me go with 3/4 of this cup, and then we will go from there.
Yeah.
So about 3/4 of oat milk.
Yeah.
It already good.
Oh, I know. Do you have it's okay if you don't. Do you have miso paste?
Come with me.
I feel like you have everything. So
well, but you're not wrong. I don't. You know what? This is what I had in my mind. I was thinking this matcha honey.
Oh,
but
no.
I don't use it because I won't use honey. So this is just a brand new jar that I got in a gift bag. But that's what was in my mind.
That's okay. Miso paste is nice and a good ingredient to eventually get because it's fermented, so it's really tangy, and you can add it to lots of sauces and dressings. I think you would like it. It's basically like pure umami.
I've got powdered peanut butter.
No, that won't work. Okay, well, let's blend it and see what happens and see how it tastes. We can always add some more things.
I'm just grabbing this to go over here.
Oh, wait. Yeah. Okay, wait. Don't drain it.
I'm not going to drain that liquid gold.
Is it ready for vegetables?
Well, it's a little, I just thought I should fish the macaroni out of there, or is it still, do you think the macaroni can cook a bit more?
Well, yeah, taste one and see. You want it obviously not to be too mushy.
How's my camera work? Is everyone getting sick from my camera work?
I think it's perfect.
It's just the perfect amount right now.
Okay. Then what you need to do is quickly, before you take it off, just put the vegetables in and just let them basically blanch.
I like how you're thinking.
Yeah. Because I don't even like, how do you feel about, like, I like my broccoli to be still slightly crisp.
Absolute crunch is where it's at.
Yeah, so
I'm
just
sticking
put
that
them in
in
the hot water. Yeah, is that in? Let's see.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. And then just let that sit for like, you don't want to forget about it.
No.
Did you put the peas in there?
I'm doing that right now. I'm so with you. I'm setting you by the toaster. There you are. Here's the peas.
They're fresh, so they don't even really, yeah. Those look very local and nice.
My friend Nadine picked them up for me. Oops, I dropped one. I'll find him later. He's on.
Will Mitty eat peas?
Mitty doesn't eat much of anything. She doesn't really have teeth. She likes milk bones if I crunch them up, like if I smash them up. We're going to take our blender over.
Great.
The blending station. We're going to put the lid on it.
I know, I always get nervous when people put it on without the lid.
Okay, so here we are.
So we have the same KitchenAid stand mixer also, you and I.
Yeah, I got this, and then my soda stream that I love.
I have the same one too, as the white one.
Listen, Toyota, you know we're connected.
Yeah.
We've got the same appliances. Okay, so here we go.
Okay.
I'm feeling like I'm killing people with the sound, and
it's not very loud, but I can't see what's in the blender. Can you push the screen down a bit? I just want to see how thick it is or not.
Can you see it?
No, I think it's because it's the laptop and the screen is like the camera's at the top, so you have to like push it down. Oh yeah, keep going, but it looks like a good consistency.
Sorry, I'm the worst cameraman ever.
No, it's great. Yeah, keep going, keep going. Yes, here it goes. It's looking perfect, keep going. Does it look really smooth? It should be very smooth.
I think I'm going to give it another 20 seconds. Bear
Okay.
with me. Oh, wow. It is like smooth. And I would put that on my bum right now.
Yeah, it's like cream. The thing with those blenders, you just have to go longer than you think, and then they really like change and transform like anything.
It's been a really great investment to have a good blender. So if you're all wondering, you know, about that, it's worth it.
Yeah, you sound like me.
And I know the
one
price.
thing I harp on.
I've had this blender for 7 years.
Yeah, it lasts forever. But you sound like me because it's the one thing I tell everyone. I'm like, you need to get the good blender because you'll do so much more with it if you have it. Is it looking really smooth to you?
Oh yeah, it's just gorgeously smooth.
I think before you taste, can you drain your pasta and your veg? Because I think it's probably good now. But save for me like a bit of the pasta water.
Okay, let me get that going right now. I use my milk thing. Sorry, I'm going to set you guys down. Don't know if you can see this. I'll set it here.
We might want to put the pasta water in when we start mixing. I don't know.
I'm just going to save some of this right now. Is a cup of it enough for now?
Yeah,
Laura?
yeah.
Okay, saving pasta water.
So now that stuff can just go back in the pot.
Right. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm going to get a bigger pot. Upgrading to this one.
It's nice to have space to stir.
Yeah. So
that pasta water looks nice and thick too. Look at that.
Oh my gosh.
I hope our ratio of sauce to pasta makes sense, but I think it does. Okay.
Do we need this back on the heat or no?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
Now you need to taste the sauce. And it's possible we're just going to blend it with a little bit of that pasta water.
Here we go.
The moment of truth here.
OMG.
Okay, I don't want it to taste like cashews. Does it taste nutty at all?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
Is it acidic enough? Is it tangy?
It's perfect.
Okay, really?
That is absolutely delicious. I can't even tell you. It is superb. It's tangy. There's no nuttiness to it at all. It's really freaking cheesy and smoked. It's got just right a bite, and it's perfect saltiness.
Wow. Well, the salt was all you because I didn't know you were just going in with the salt.
Well, it was kind of clumped and busted.
Yeah.
It looked like I was doing way more than I was because there was a chunk in there that needed to have a pairing, literally do a psycho on it.
Okay. More garlic? No? You like it?
Oh my God. This is garlicky.
Okay. Like it's okay though? If we heat it a little bit, we can get rid of some of the pungent garlic if you don't like it. What we can do is we can
like it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, then if you feel like it's smooth enough and you don't need to add anything else, then we can basically put low heat on the pasta, put the sauce in, and I would just stir it over low heat for a couple of minutes. And if it starts getting too thick, you can always drizzle a bit of the pasta water in while you do that.
This is one of my favorite kitchen tools.
Oh, I'm jealous. What is that?
It's a spatula that looks like a bat.
Oh, I just like the shape of it.
I bought it in Vegas. And it's called Batter Up.
It looks like the best flat shape for doing like
I use this for everything. Okay, so low heat.
Yeah, low heat. Pour the sauce in. Start stirring it around and coating. I can't believe we did this so quickly. I'm actually blown away.
Well, you're a good teacher.
Thanks.
I've never tasted such a great cheesy Oh my God, I've learned a lesson here today.
Amazing.
I had no idea. You wouldn't know this was cashews in a billion years.
That's what I like to hear. That's the thing. You have to make sure you add enough stuff so you don't taste the nuttiness, because sometimes cashew sauces can just taste nutty, and that's no good.
I know exactly what you mean, and I'm not getting that at all.
Okay, wonderful. Whoa. Yeah.
I should have cut the broccoli up, but I'll deal with that afterwards.
Okay, yeah, they look big.
That was, I didn't, I made a mistake, folks. I should have cut the broccoli in pieces, but all is not lost.
You can eat those with a fork and a knife. You can cut them.
Yes. Oh my God, this is just, it's absolutely the right ratio to me.
Okay, it does look right, yeah. Yeah, just get everything really well coated, and then you can even do some more pepper on there if you want. Everyone loves this sound. Everybody listen.
Oh, it just sounds, oh God. Come on. I mean, come on.
So everyone's asking, this is a slightly altered version of my Alfredo, but I like mixing in pre-made cheese because it makes it creamier, and the smoked cheese gives it that smokiness that you can't really get even if you add smoked paprika, which will then alter the color, so that's no good either.
I'm just taking a knife, folks, really quickly, and I'm cutting broccoli into little pieces so it doesn't fly out. Super easy. It's working great. It's not the end of the world if you do it at home. Totally. That worked absolutely super great.
So is it the consistency of the sauce still okay?
God, it's just
perfect. That looks amazing. I think you're good. As long as it feels hot. Like, is it hot enough to eat, or do you want to heat it more?
It's pretty hot.
Okay. I like my food hot, obviously.
Because you're hot for food.
Exactly. I get so angry when the food is cold.
OMG, I'm getting...
Okay, have a nice pasta bowl, or are you going to eat it right out of the thing? I approve of you eating it out of the pot.
Damn!
We did it.
Oh, Lauren, that's a winner.
You like it?
It's creamy, it's peppery. The lemon, I've never used lemon before.
Oh.
In any, no, this is like completely new to me. I mean, look at this, you guys. It is, I would challenge you to feed that to anybody and tell them halfway through their meal you are eating a plant-based meal. Ooh, that garlic.
Good. So we did okay with the garlic amount.
It's nice. It's a really nice addition. And the nutmeg.
Yeah, okay, do you taste that? Because it's like a little hint makes such a difference. It's like, oh, no. What is nutmeg? Like, there's something about the taste of nutmeg that is like undescribable, but it does something to food that I don't know what it does. I can't explain it.
And the peas and the vegetables.
Yeah, nice. Perfect. Crisp.
They're really nice and crunchy. I wouldn't have cooked that broccoli anymore.
Okay, amazing. I'm so glad this worked out. And now you've made a cashew sauce.
This is good.
Guys, in case there's people watching who are probably from the US, and someone said, who is this? And so they're insane because they don't know who you are. But guys, this is Jann Arden. She is a Canadian legend. She was inducted into Canada's Hall of Fame this year. She has a TV show called Jann. She's a comedian, an actor, a songwriter. You have a podcast now. If you've never listened to Jann Arden, go listen to Good Mother right now, and you'll be blown away by her voice. So that's just for my little endorsement of you, because I felt like most people would know who you are, and everyone I was telling that there's a lot of Canadians on here, but obviously there's some,
Listen, I don't know who I am, okay?
I don't everyone know who they are. Nobody knows who they are.
Don't even know what to say. Super easy. And And I will say this once again, I'm with Lauren on this. Having a good blender makes this so less stressful when you don't have the right tools for this. And for me, I would say the best thing for me in vegan cooking, if I were to say to people to spend some money on, blender, because there's every sauce, everything you do, whether it's just so useful. And the Vitamix really is good. I mean, I'm not hired by the Vitamix people, but the Ninja ones are good too. And they're like half the price.
I gotta disagree with you. Ninja's no good.
Okay, no good on Ninja.
Ninja is not gonna do that sauce like that.
Ignore everything I just said. I bought one in my little Toronto pad, my little condo, and I bought one for like $180 on sale. And I just have done smoothies in it, to be in fairness. I've never made a sauce in there. I've just done smoothies and it's always been good. So
smoothies work, but if you want to blend nuts into cream, you got to use even, you know, like I always say the NutriBullet, that cheap NutriBullet, it works because it's the motor. It's the way the motor is.
I'm blown away.
I'm so glad. I love it. I love this. Are you enjoying doing a podcast? You started it last fall, right?
I've been doing my own podcast since August, and, you know, getting to meet people like Zaya Tong and, you know, talk to her about, you know, animal husbandry and how we're going to go forward and, you know, how the world works. And I mean, having those opportunities to talk to, it's mostly women that it just has turned out that I've spoken to the most. But I think our audience is primarily, you know, probably female 30 to 70. And we just enjoy it so much. Of course, we've been dealing with a lot of COVID-19 issues the past, and just taking it for different angles. You know, mothers that are home with their kids, trying to homeschool, people that are, you know, going through anxiety, food insecurity, how people are eating. There's so many jokes about, I had a friend of mine, I wanted to pick up some vegan cheese, and she was going to the grocery store, and gratefully she had gone for me because she was picking up a few things. And I'm trying to explain to her where the food is. She goes, there is nothing on the shelf. So she's videoing, you know, where there's nothing. And she got to like the vegan cheese section and they were all there. Yeah. They made me smile. I mean, it was great for me. But then she said, like 2 weeks later when she went, it was all gone as well. And I think something like this has really woken people up to where their food comes from, how it gets to their table, how animal proteins are processed, which is, you know, the polite word for slaughtering them. There's a lot of language that has been, I think, demystified, and people are really understanding. Listen, if you want a $5 steak at, you know what I'm talking about, the big bulk stores, if you want a package of steaks for $5, you're basically buying a package of fear. Yeah. And I can't tell people enough, you know, even, you know, going forward, when people continue to eat meat, which I'm sure is going to happen for a long time yet, but they are doing less of it, just take that little extra time to find out where it comes from. You know, smaller abattoirs, there's a way of, it can be done so much better and so much differently. It's not the solution going forward, but I know that we have to meet people halfway. Nobody wins by me being militant about how I eat or militant about a plant-based diet. You've got to meet people where they are. There's lots of reasons why people can't go there. You know, the knowledge, you know, having kids, having everyone that eats differently in a family of 6. There's all kinds of things that weigh into this. I'm a single person alone. Yeah. When I started this journey, I wasn't even in a relationship. I had gotten out of a relationship. But I understand all those things. But gosh, it's exciting, the leap that COVID-19 has given to animal welfare. And I don't think we'll really be able to undo that and understand it fully until this thing, we kind of get it under control for us to go back to lives. But it's never going to be the same again. There are slaughter plants that have closed down all over the United States, all over Canada. The doors have been flung back. You know, ag-gag has kind of been pushed to the side because the media wants access to the human beings that are being affected, that have PTSD from working in slaughterhouses, that have, okay, no one that I know even calls me on this. But yeah, not to sound rambling, but it has thrown doors open on the treatment of animal and how proteins really end up on your table.
Yeah.
Especially, you know, when you're feeding hundreds of millions of people. So we're getting there. We're making lots of ground, and there's so many exciting new products, as you know, Lauren. You're on the front lines of this, you know, and I thank you for all your advocacy, and you know, and how fun you've made cooking. This is an amazing dish. I'm going to heat it up, and this is something that I'm going to eat. You know, I would serve this to any company, anytime.
Nice. I'm gonna have to when I watch this back, because I saved the video and then also put it on YouTube, but I'll write down what we did in the amount so you can redo it. Or do you think or will you remember?
No, I think the half a cup of cashews was big. You don't need more than that.
No, but I'll write it out and I'll send it to you. I'll text it to you. Also, everyone's gonna ask for it, so I'll have to post it.
Of the smoked gouda from Daya.
Yeah.
And I would say a quarter teaspoon of the onion salt. It looked like more than I was doing.
Yeah,
you
we
know,
did it with a quarter teaspoon, which could be, yeah, onion salt, garlic salt, or
a cup of the was the perfect consistency. The 3/4 of a cup of oat milk.
Nice.
And,
that was a guess. No, it is interesting that this whole thing has made people look at, yeah, food and veganism and all of this in such a way where it's like, it seems like all the work and like the attention on it, I mean, there's this collective movement for change, and nobody really could say this is how it would happen, but this is obviously a terrible situation in many cases, but then there's all these other sort of benefits that are going to come out of it on the other side, and I don't think we even see the depth of that yet, because we're in it and we're annoyed and we're aggravated, but I think come, you know, a year or two from now, we'll really see how everything completely just shifted and snowballed into something that I think will make the world better. But
good things come from bad things, Lauren. And sometimes the pendulum has to swing very, very far in one direction in order to wake people up. And I think what we're realizing, all of us are realizing, is the most important things in our lives are our friendships and our family. It's really important where our food comes from. This has been very high up on this totem pole, is food security. It was the biggest concern when this hit. It was like, can I afford to buy food for my family? Is there a food supply? Where do I get food from? And I was happy to see every bean, every bit of pasta, every ounce of flour, all those things came off the shelves, and people have been reintroduced to being more involved in their food, not doing takeout 5-6 days a week, making bread, teaching their kids, having family meals. Boy, it really has. It's put us forward, the plant-based world forward. I'm really conservatively say 10 years on where we would have been as far as especially on the animal protein side of the fence, because people are really getting it. And people want to be kind, and they want to do the right thing. And we have to save the planet. What can I do to save the planet? Eat a salad, eat some beans, eat some vegetables. And we have to find that balance. But yeah, people like you are making a huge difference. I'm new to this. I'm learning, but man, I'm just enjoying it so much. And
that's good, but it's so good to have the new people that are passionate about it and spreading the word amongst their communities and like your friends and people that you know. That's just as important, because it's like, my favorite thing is to have someone who's new to it or has never done it and then go, oh my God, like when you make it about the food, I think that's what catches people, right? Again, you can talk about whatever you want to talk about, but if you make it political, people are less likely to listen, I think, in a lot of cases. And I've always just been like, if I make it about the food, then we can have a conversation about food. It's just food, but it's made with plants.
Yeah, I know that the focus has to come off that. I think probably over the last 20 years, veganism was so shrouded in kind of weirdity. Is that a new word? made up
I
weirdness.
like it.
And I think it conjured up lots of like really weird food ideas that you couldn't even figure out. There was nothing recognizable from a contemporary diet, let's put it that way. And now, like something like your book, you know, the comfort food, for the vegan comfort food, that there's so many things in there that anything that a person wants can be replaced in a cruelty-free way.
Yeah.
And I mean, any burly man would eat this with a piece of garlic toast and be so satisfied. I wish I could give it to you guys on the
screen.
My dear friends in England grew up meat and three every day, bubble and squeak, you know, all these weird blood sausages, everything. And he's eating now mostly plant-based because of me. And it wasn't because I'm a pain in the ass. I see him like 3 times a year. He comes and stays with me, and I'm always cooking for them. And he's like, "This has surely got meat." I'm like, "It doesn't." My God, oh my God, it doesn't. I said, "No, there's no meat in this. There's no dairy in this."
Yeah.
And now he takes pictures of stuff he finds in Sainsbury's, and it's so cute, of all these different, like the Beyond Meat type stuff. There's so many. They're almost ahead of us in the UK as far as their vegan products. He says, "Jann, they've got a bloody entire row now. They used to have a little fucking fridge. Now they've got a bloody row."
Yeah,
so,
the UK is way ahead in terms of, I even just think their food regulation and all that, and that's why. But they have so many products, and
we're getting here. It's exciting times. It's exciting times, and food is a really important part of life. It's one of those things that is, you know, really important to all of us. I mean, God, I'm going to bed at night planning what I'm going to friggin' eat the next day in my head, because it's important. I'm trying to maintain my mental health. I'm trying to eat healthy. And trust me, guys, there's a lot of really bad vegan junk food, you know, that is going to put weight on you. And, you know, you've got to find that balance. It's like anything else. You can eat a lot of crap. People always think, "Oh, you know, I'll miss my junk food." Like, no.
There's so much vegan junk food that it's like, it's a problem.
It is. You have to be mindful, because there is so much now.
Yeah.
But there's more products every day. And anyways, once again, thank you, Lauren.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for doing this. And you guys can listen to the Jann Arden podcast online. You can just Google it and find it. Also, you've been doing live streaming concerts a few days, so that's on her YouTube channel too. And thank you for, yes, show everyone that dinner again. You're going to have to reheat it now and eat it for real in peace without us.
I should have put it in a bowl, but oh my God, so good. Oops. I'll have to eat that.
Someone said, "What's the best vegan cookbook for beginners?" Mine. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Please keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you for being on Hot for Food Takeover. And thanks for watching, y'all. And thanks for letting us into your home. I very much appreciate it.
Thank you. I'm just going to go and clean up a little.
All right. Hopefully we didn't make too much of a mess.
No.
Okay. Thank you.